Without wasting any time, guys, ngizocela ukubiza nje i-speaker sethu from
specifically after Durban campus. La sisebenza khona futhi ngifunde khona zone 2. I'm a bachelor's, I have a degree from AFDA and he's an honors graduate from the AFDA. So if you have any questions outside of this machine, there was Ubuza and Uzutlaga, and they can give you all the answers because we know from the perspective of the students and the perspective of the staff. Does anybody know about the AFDA or anything in AFDA? That's fine. I'm happy to be actually in this So AFDA is the #1 school for the creative economy in South Africa. That means entertainment industry, AFDA is the #1 chance that you have to get into your industry. We train our students into the industry seamlessly, be confused, half of the time after is practical, half of the time is theoretical. So by the time you degree, so that's basically after. I think you guys have seen some of our posters here too, Olukulichana, Abo Amanda DuPont, Abo Shekaina, Abo Tutuga M. Those are some of our alumni from there after that have gone to the industry and done some great things. So just to let you know a little bit about the AFDA. The AFDA is SACA accredited and we are members of Silence. Local Mushimuti, Ama qualifications is there was Waterloo visa even overseas. So if you want your career in the industry, like South Africa, there was who they AFDA and our qualifications is they are recognized outside of the country. So in AFDA, we have 5 campuses in South Africa. One in Johannesburg, one in Cape Town, one in Hatfield, Pretoria, one in Durban, like Durban, 20 minutes away, that's why anytime you want. And another one in Ubeja, those are 5 campuses across South Africa. So if you are full and like and you want to go somewhere else in the province, after Isafona, and in the country, after Isafona, and those guys. And the after, in our higher certificate program, out 3, in our undergraduate program, out 4, and in our postgraduate programs, out 4 as well. So our higher certificates, out 3 now is now. If you guys know anything about the higher certificates, the higher certificate is a 1-year program. The program is basics in industry, all in that 1 year. And there was graduating certificates and higher certificates was into the industry and look for work on the certificate. That is the higher certificate. The higher certificate is live performance. That is for people who see themselves in front of the camera. If you're a stage actor, if you're a screen actor, a music performer, or a TV and radio presenter, or you are into e-radio and our podcast, we have that as a higher certificate program that is 1 year. So the higher certificate is live performance way. Also have higher certificates in radio and podcasting like I mentioned, but now once you're interested in doing a higher certificate in radio and podcasting, make sure to apply to our Joburg and Cape Town campuses because they don't operate in the Durban campus. So we have the high certificates in live performance, high certificates in radio and podcasting, as well as the high certificates in motion picture. Many of them are behind the scenes. So if you want to be a director, a writer, costumes, a makeup artist, an editor, an animator, you can do all of that in our high certificate program. Like I mentioned, do 1 year full time. So I was said there that but in this 1 year, I'm industry basics, out in the industry, the certificate sign. And then I mentioned we have 4 undergraduate programs. Like my undergraduate program just now, our bachelor program. The bachelor program is 3 years full time. So you can't study and work. You have to be studying full time for 3 years. So this was the bachelor's degree. So the bachelor's degree in live performance, which is for people who are going to act, like I mentioned, there's the Bachelor of Arts in Motion Picture Media. That is for people who are behind the scenes. Bachelor of Motion Picture and Bachelor of Live Performance. These two schools, but you're listed in the salary pool, ngoba labantu abasebenza behind the scenes, like I mentioned, sisebenza ngezandla, sinikeza ikhamera, futhi ishoot, shoot. So you are writer of movies. You are writing scripts, and those of you guys who are going to be acting, you act out those scripts that are made by your fellow peers. So how do you always say that? Half of our work is practical, half of theoretical. So in your lifetime, you act that, and then you do a test. What is the difference you see when the one who was presenter, who said they do it or in movie or at the end of the year, or at the end of every term. Go and try to get 10 cents out of you. What is in the way, what is the way of the Senate, what are the time, and the other behind the scenes. So that was the Bachelor of Arts in Life Performance and in Motion Picture. We also have a Bachelor of Arts in Business Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Those are for the people who are going to life and it business out of acting and even outside of acting. Now, forget of business and marketing, of business and startup, business platforms, starting your own apps, and so on. So if you see yourself as someone who is a business, even if it's outside of the entertainment industry, you do also have that business aspect, 3-year full-time degree. And then the last of our undergraduate degrees is the Bachelor of Arts in Creative Writing. So the Bachelor of Arts in Creative Writing is for abantu oyibonayo uma ukuthi uzayela khona and uyabona ukuthi uyakwazi ukubhala into engcono nalo the Bachelor of Creative Writing is for you. Lapho ufundisa ukubhala for ama-movie, ufundisa ukubhala for ama-soaping the Gonzalo or Generations, ufundisa ukubhala for ama-adverts. It's called copywriting. You also taught to write novels. Young in general that has to do with writing, you get taught that in your 3 years. And John Machino, the bachelor's program is 3 years full-time, half theoretical and half practical. So uzobuwenza ama-project, uzobhala ama-assignment, kodwa njalo nge-term uzobewenza imikhombisa ukuthi umsebenzi wakho ngesifundo sayo uyayazi. Nanokuthi umuntu ekhaya noma umuntu behind the scenes uzokwazi ukwenza i-creative portfolio yakho or show you yakho. Uma ukuthi ubu-acte in a movie every single term, ama-video lawo of evidence uzakwazi uyowashikhombisa o-director ngaphandle or ama-agent bakhombisa ukuthi hey, this is my work, this is what I've been doing in 3 years, so let me catch. We also put out our students' works. Maguma Film Festival is now. We have 2 film festivals in a year. One is the Experimental Festival, and they are going to June. We also invite about but basically the Experimental Festival, we say there's one students into our Monday. Lapho imuvo zomenzile sobe sikhombisa ama-audience azorecord, abantu bazorecorda uzobuka imuvi yakho. We also have the final film festival eyenzeka ngoDisemba. Lapho uma uyi-third-year ifilm yakho izobidlala esinema. For us, la eDurban campus, ama-movie ethu adlala eSuncoast. NgoNovemba bafika eSuncoast, by like end of November, izobafika ama-movie after film students. That is how we prepare our students for the entertainment industry. This is how you can advertise your films to pay audiences. We also invite directors and other people who want to do celebrate and give them other opportunities, such as that. Anything that I mentioned, if you're asking about something, entry requirements. Yes, the way I'm a drama student, what they're out doing, go through their math. I've got to check my subject and I've got to check my points. Everything that you do, you pass it, check it out. You should pass the working, you should pass the working, you should pass the age. You have a point out of the spot for you, as well as I'm for you. So, John mentioned in higher certificates. They are in 1 year. So we have certificates, not 2 years, and we have certificates. We do 8 part 1 and 2. No, to 8 there was I have certificates and doesn't accept. Now we can pull out 8 and have it got something worse, that's okay. It's an option, get entrance exam, of which the entrance exam we are prepared, now we're passed out of the movement, we will take the higher certificates. And then the bachelor program, they can 3 years full time. If you're interested in doing that, sidinga ukuthi uphase lokhu mhlawumbe. But if ungaphasanga ngo-B wathola u-D no-H, that is also okay. Sinayo i-option ye-entrance exam. Entrance exam uyayicompare, and if you pass it, uyavumeleka ukuthi wenze the bachelor's program, which is 3 years. Another thing, that's the open day, ngomhlaka 22 August. Sila annual. You can search our address online at www.after.co.za. Nifike nizobona i-campus yethu, equipment esisebenza ngayo, ngomhlaka 22 August. Also, applications for 2027 to 2028 asevuliwe, so we can go ahead and apply our document. There was a solicitor who got to upgrade them in term 4. Okay, I think I'm done with my presentation. No questions. It is in 2000. I forget. Yeah, but because it's just too and to be quite it doesn't take interested ukufunda nathi mawuthi open day ukuthola more information kunama-forms aphaya sanibhalisa igama lakho nenamba yakho siyafonela amazibelefundisi ukuthi uyathanda yini ukuza ama-application mayevuliwe siyafonela sikutshele also ngiyatholisa into engikushidimension i-after is a private institution so asuthathu lesifana kodwa siyasebenza namakhampani a-operation abhasari dedicated in phone office law and other companies. There was for years on our page, I say after specific for Amapasa. Now the information for the whole I told you Amapasa no like they page specifically this is like I know. And they page specifically are a student loan. I told you but they are by unity. You said this is a thing that what is the word? Setting down as a word in mind before we go get it over the I'll make it in the industry. So we also have information about student loans and so on. So if you're interested about learning about us or finding out about our open day or our application dates or anything JSN by schooling or you're still my client, all the definitely about this information you have on flyer and you can also ask me Umrudo, have a match.
Thank you so much for a very good presentation. Who tells us about the Aman Festival? Thank you. What's my name? At least I right, okay. Without wasting any more time, I would like to call creative arts. Very important. The thing is, it depends on who man and hand we've tried to shape. sanibona sanibona ninjani sanibona sanibona asenzeka nje so for kuqhubeka ngiqale la igama lami kumakhosi wamgadi ngonene umuntu sekomo mna nasentendeni isandla ngiyalela kuhamba nothandiswa lana my colleague and siqhamuka e-Creative Arts College so thina lesisikole lesi that are very creative siphaphile nje njengokubona nje nawe okay asithi kanje mina ngizothi E for the energy wena uthi V for the vibe angithi niyazwa E for the energy V for the vibe phela kodwa ngingeke yabo abesoprano benza i-bass ngizithena ngizo E for the energy V for the vibe samusheshane manje then E for the energy V for the vibe 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 Creative Arts College. So Creative Arts College is a media college. We focus more on the media studies. We have 30 SAPA qualifications. So we have all film and television production. We have all music, sound operation. We have performing arts. Performance and acting. So we call it performing arts. We have all animation, we have all graphic design. Then we have, if you move to the fourth industrial revolution industry, we have all IT backhaul, we have all cloud support, so in Creative Arts College in our campuses are true. Sisay Masgrave. Now what's Masgrave Center? So next to the Masgrave Center at Perubutini, you will not miss it. It's really cool, colorful, by the Creative Arts College. And in campus here too, is a Peter Marisburg, Victoria Street. Large is a way more, we say, Virgin Active. Alright. So, Tina, Jenge College, as Fanny, Jengama University. Tina, Aswabani, Ama Points. Joanne said she know this was said after nothing. We only need you to pass or matric. Why is that? Tina, we are a creative school. So for example, if Uhamba Uyofuna Usebenzi to be an actor and you did a performing arts Irish. So what you're going to do is they're going to give you a script. Lapho sekhuluma ukuthi Puma in college or university or wherever, and how was the practical side of it? What was the script to a camera action? Manje laba benza acting and in performing arts. Menga sethu na camera la with 1 2 3 4 nasi script yabo. So they teach you is in this kanjalo. 50% is practical, 50% omunye ube yintego yabo. Ngoba phela fanele ubhale exam at the end of the day. Each and everything oyifundayo fanele egcineni ubhale ini i-exam. So that's where the theory side comes in. Okay, angibuze kanje. What is the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning? Pray. Thank God for that. Thank you. But yini into oyenzayo exchange? Yeah, uyayilula uvula amehlo kusabona usukukhombisa ukuthi uyaphila. But what's the next thing oyenzayo? Okay, I understand it's English. So, saying you touch your phone. I'll take the phone and say, oh, I'll play this card. I'll push it on when the phone in your exactly. So, what I'm trying to say is, Tina Creative Arts College, you basically have a whole college on your phone. So efonini yakho you have the app here right on it. Laba bathanda ulalela radio. That's why you have radio production. You have ama-movie fonini yakho abafunde ama-benzi film. You have ama-video owabonile about beauty. Now you're not beauty therapy. So basically a whole phone is a whole college. Thina njengoba ngichaza ukuthi we are a creative school. So kulaba abafuna ukugxila kakhulu ofilimu benza o-directing ngobani siyabanazo nathi ama-practicals aloko nifundiswe the in-depth of film and television. Umuntu bese echazile ekhuluma about ifilm ukuthi it's not just about image, there's more to it. Khona u-script writer, khona aba-perfect light, abenza ama-sound, khona abalungisa i-wardrobe, abenza sure ukuthi the actors are ready. So it's a whole group of people abafike basebenze bonke ndawonye just to make one program. Wena masuvula i-TV usubuka nje uzalo sekukuhle, there's a lot of people that are behind the scenes. So when you need to, if you want to come into the creative sector, you need to understand ukuthi do you want to be in front of the camera, noma do you want to be at the back of the camera? Then sungakhetha amakhozi that put you at the back of the camera, that's being behind the scene. Ungathathile uma ufuna ukwenza i-performing art ingoba ufuna ukuba famous ngoba nangu uvela ku-TV. Once uvela ku-TV does not necessarily mean that you're famous, because you need to have an audience. So once you have an audience, then soon followers and it. So you need to get into the creative sector. Ube passionate ngento ethandayo. Uma uthanda uku-actor, ubone ukuthi it's something that I love deeply, then uyenze u-act. But ungenzi performing arts ufuna uku-act just because ubone usibanibani ethola yenza nawe uthi nge-creative noma nge-after noma nge-beauty ngofunda i-acting ngobani you're gonna drop out, uzongaqedi ngoba wenza something that you are not passionate about. So wenza sure ukuthi ukhetha something motivateayo, into ekujabulisayo. Let's just be honest. Sonke njengoba sila nina njengoba nifunda, anginina nonke nizoba odokotela, anginina nonke nizoba onesi, anginina nonke futhi nizoba employees. Some of you will go and tap into the creative sector. Yabo. So abanye babe semaredweni, abanye sibabone be-actor, abanye baba ama-director, abanye baba ama-script writer, yabo, abanye baba ama-songwriter. So make sure ukuthi as much as sitting sidekume kuphela, nawe ungabusima siyobhala-ke nawe usubhalela ukuthi hayi mengiphasile vele ungakhosi ukuthi ngizongena. Nawe enza sure ukuthi uyazikhandla in each and everything that you do. The best quote ithi, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Nina nikusasa, you guys are future tomorrows. So make sure ukuthi into yenzayo you give it your 100%. Noma kuthiwa imetha awuyithandi, noma awuyithandi, but enza sure ukuthi at least ngizamile. So in everything that you do, ukhumbule ukuthi you guys are powerful beyond measure. Into ecabangayo nesenhlizweni yakho nokusebenza kanzima, you can achieve it. Thank you so much, Kabala Makhosi.
Thank you so much, Makhosi. Thank you. I'm sure I'm sweet. I'm gonna open the room for questions, guys. Questions. I'm sure you need to say something. Thank you so much. This card here because of another presentation from Film and Publication Board, which is known as FPB by Unosipho Dlada. And I think this is Naomi Dane Kubega Tony. Money the cities are like Kubega. Ningamuphucu ngaphambi kwabantu selimncomile bese kuthiwa bese niyaqhubeka nesiphumeleli. Ayeye bafundi, ayeye. Ayeye bafundi, ayeye. Omiphambi kwenu antinosipho njengoba sekushiwo ukuthi ngiqhamuka la Film and Publication Board. In short, FPB. Because lead igama singaze siyiluma nithi. Abantu bathula sebethi FBI. Ngeneke sekwenzeka ezinye izinto eziwrong. So FPB sithatha njengamaphoyisa we-film industry. We want to regulate the film industry. We make sure that we protect our consumers and our film. How do we do that? By age restriction. I'm sure every time you sit down and watch a movie, you hear that line 80, this movie is rated 13. Yes. That's our job, right? And then, a consumer advice. PG, CSS or now? Yes. Parental guidance. C? Very good. L? Language. Also, parents, because the law, you couldn't mentally let them in the movie price first back. Good D. So you raise your hand if you know what D stands for. We can warn you as the public. Yes. Whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, right? Why do we do this? We do that because we want to protect our kids. Because by nature, especially in Ghana, because it's in a city, we inform, you choose. So we protect in Ghana from content that might be harmful. If I can make an example for you guys. By nature, number one, in Ghana, in the imitator, right? Have you ever seen a child in a 6 young fan like the movie like that? Miss your dance, so say that. It's okay, go on with the movie like that. No. It's because by nature, what you guys see, you want to imitate. So, all men uti. Follow protected in a language because obviously if you watch that language, if you watch S, not the movie show, so the ones exactly. So that is why we exist. As well. If you look at as creatives, in every material ends or years, if you not irritate the audience, because by law, any movie that will be consumed by the public, finally FPP, because it has to have this language, we need to give it an age, we need to give it a consumer advice. So if when let's say you umfundisa ngosugar daddy, then we have to see audience yakho fanele ukuthi kaqangithi. Manje usifuna into decide committee mhlawumbe ngenzeka ku-13 age yakhona. So those are the things to keep in mind. Other career opportunities that you might have, ukewasho size before me will say not all of us will be famous. Kukhona abanye that will be behind the scenes. Sinalela FPP, sinalela ethiwa ama-classifiers. Those are the people who sit and the movies. Because to give that decision, it was 16 LVS is actually a job. You don't just sit simple and then you just think, no, okay, we'll give it whatever. We don't answer. We actually sit down, we hire people, about 3. Abazokhala, bayibuke movie, they discuss, they take notes. So it's a serious business. Because no age there is a protect the African child. So you might think to yourself, I'm not very creative. I mean, it was an actress, it was about a singer or a radio presenter, but there are other jobs. Let's say you love the industry, you love the film industry, then there are organizations such as the Film and Publication Board that can be behind the scenes. Okay, we can't find another look as well. It's not a branch of attack. Yes, in the rules. It's not a branch of attack. One case at end, the SAPC building, I say UNISA. 2, there's a Johannesburg branch, which is our head office, and then there's the Cape Town branch as well. So 3. Also, there's plenty of opportunities for you as young people. Anything that we regulate is not only an affiliate, we also regulate the internet. Who owns the internet? Not a change. Who owns the internet? I need a hand. Body or omission of internet. Alright, because of this country is open. Okay. I said hand. Without a hand, then the answer is extent. So nobody owns the internet. When I come and speak to young people, there's an issue because there are so many careers. See, this is the one answer for the man, like content creation, right? Also to follow a content creator, but your digital footprint is so negative. Ungenza ukuthi mhlawumbe ukwazile ukuthi uyiphathe kahle, wangaboshwa iy'thupha zakho, your fingerprints are clean. But siya kwi-era manje uma ngabe ufuna umsebenzi, kuyobhekwa your digital footprint. Yini i-digital footprint? Every single thing that you have done in the internet stays there, right? The internet does not forget. So if when at grade 11, at grade 12, you're going to bully somebody online, it's going to stay there. Yebo, kubaluleke kangakanani ukuthi wena utshela abantu iy'ndaba zakho on the internet. Kubaluleke kangakanani ukuthi uma ngabe kukhulunywe kube wena osho kuqala ukuthi asikhale. Kubaluleke kangakanani ukuthi uthuke on the internet. That digital footprint ingakuvalela iminyango eminingi ngenxa yokuthi wena awukwazanga ukuyiphatha. Worse, you can be reported to us. There is a case yokuthi wena you bullied somebody or incited violence, whatever the case. Ugcine usuyile the police station. Now we just want to get in that report. And then if future yakho yenzenjani iye phansi. Imagine from grade 1 to grade 12, we have a seat. Uzofundela lento leyo oyithandayo. Only to find just because you don't know how to behave online, ugcine ungasaqasheki. Uyiphase i-interview, but ungaqashwa ngenxa yokuthi bayahamba bayojela. Abasesibuka nabo nje South Africa ikuyenzeke lento leyo. Uthola umuntu useku-top 10, only to find sekuthiwa hayi useyadropha out. Because sebebonile ukuthi ngo-2016 wayeshize eziwu-ABCD ezingafit ukuthi angabe uMiss South Africa. One day you want to be employed by brands. I-brand ngeke uwazi ukuthi wena expecting wafike waphuza isavana. Sekuzeni lani? Okay, it's age limited position. training una-13 kuzisavana uyayishutha ufaka ku-Facebook, right? Usuhambile waya ku-interview waqeda lapho wayiphasa, sebeyakubheka-ke manje ukuthi okay khathi una-13, 14, 15, 16, 17 wakwenzani on the internet. What type of a person are you? And then now, bayabheka ukuthi one wena una-13 you posted a picture kuzisavana. What does it communicate to your future employer? It communicates number one ukuthi awulaleli. Because umthetho usekelo uthi you must be 18 and above to drink alcohol. So if ungakwazi ukulalela umthetho wesizwe, uzomlalela kanjani umashwakho? Over and above, uzovuka kanjani on-Monday at 7 a.m. usemsebenzini? Yabona ukuthi encane lena, but siyenze i-impact enkulu empilweni yakho enza ukuthi wena ungaqasheki. Enye into that we regulate sekuxoxa ilento le kuthiwa i-child pornography, right? How can you be endaweni as a young person at the wrong place at the wrong time? Khona lento le ecelwa abafana nakuthiwa ama-nudes. Okay, one to finish. Thank you. All right. So, guys, if you're under the age of 18 and you send yourself and you send somebody a picture of yourself, that is child pornography. Abortion for that. Let me give you an example. Now, John, no. And then they said to John, John, please. Please. As a woman, we don't talk anymore. He says, this is talk. So, also, John in the let me just do it and get it over and done with, right? And then he says, send with him. And then John, I think he's the Peter, I think he's the Tom, I think he's the everybody. Because they're putting things, you know what? Now it's like to be. Then it's told that this is Sabalan. The whole school knows to Sunday and the match. Send the child pornography, send the case, send abuse on the police. But there's no police and an abuse. Since they come to principal, because Mary, the school was students, because obviously we are trained. And then the police again, one go on to our side, but I have to go to China. If we are also Pagamisa, and yes, also Pagamisa. We find the touch and wine. And now that is Pagamisa. Why? Also, this is Pagamisa too. Why? Alright, then I'm going now. Good John 1. Good John 1. Yes. Good John for the applause because it's two of them from the back half. Both of them must go. The reason is because Umeri is a creator of child pornography, which is an offense. And then Tom John is a distributor of child pornography, which is also an offense. Those two letters, they don't think offensive, you can get arrested, you can have a criminal record. So using definitely like as young people, definitely abantu before men begin, we must think also, if you are creating a film as well, if that person is under the age of 18 and the ones that is like sing, so you must think of those things. I think it is with Oh, so other careers will actually because we have classifiers, and just like any other organization, Sinama department, or HR, or finance, or supply chain. So actually was in the industry, but it's with the Oma field as well. Me and I don't give it one, give it one way. Now I'm in the film industry, both in our aids, Me now. I go around as an advocacy compliance officer. We have an impartial to FPP because if I can say, let's raise hands, let's just need to use some baby and FPP to say it well. This was FPP. Since I was in my thank you, presentation FPP, Mina before imbuze ngimtshelile ukuthi usho ukuthi nayo epresent ezithuthukile. Don't say.
FPP stands for Film and Publicity Board.
Okay, Film and Publicity Board. Visual network presentation. Engagement is very important. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for Waterloo as she
What's happening?
And then, thank you. So I see nobody knows what a filmmaker is, but I'm going to tell you anyway. But before we get there, who knows what a producer does? A film producer. Produce, what does it mean to produce? Stand up. Who knows what a producer does? You on the right track? Yes. What does a producer do? Thank you. That's exactly what a producer is. Yes, a producer is somebody who makes sure the movie happens, who completes a project, who makes sure that there's funding for the project, there's actors, there's crew members, that it is seen to completion. And if I told you that everybody here today could be a producer, would you believe me? How many of you are making content on TikTok or anywhere? That's good. So you're a producer, you guys are producing content. Guys, you are all content producers. Those of you who are creating now on TikTok, you are actually a content producer. You are producing content. So, a film fixer does what a producer does, but they don't get the title of a producer. Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense, but it's okay. So just say the producer goes out, they'll get the money, they'll get the job, they know that they're making a movie, and then they need locations, or they're needing some crew members, or they're needing transport, or security, and that's where a film fixer comes in. Or if you're filming in a foreign place, like I have productions coming from Johannesburg, or Cape Town, or Nigeria, or America, and if they're coming to film here, they don't know the area, they don't know where they can get equipment from, where they can get extras from, where they can get crew from, and then they reach out to a film fixer, and that's basically what the company does. So we produce films and we do fixing. A big part of it is location scouting. Have you guys heard that term before? So location scouting is whereby this school here, I'd love to add it onto our database to shoot a movie here. Other sister productions like Polka, Bogil and the Laminis, and all of these others, every place that you see on screen is a location. There are location scouts like myself, like productions do it themselves sometimes, but they need somebody to go out there and look for locations. And how do we find locations? Anybody know how we find locations? We have to read the script first. We have to know what we're looking for. We have to know what the director wants from the location in terms of the look and the feel. And we have to make sure that the right procedures are followed. That is why there's also the Durban Film Office with regards to permits, to making sure that we have the relevant permits in place. So all of that, there's a lot that goes into making a film. But everyone here today can actually make a film this year that can be screened in cinema. You believe me? Thank you. I run a project called the 48-Hour Film Project. Anybody heard of the 48-Hour Film Project? Yay! Thank you. So the 48-Hour Film Project is whereby anybody can make a short film in 1 weekend, 48 hours, using a mobile phone or a camera or anything in 1 weekend. This program or project has been around for 26 years. So if you haven't heard about it, hello. It's okay, don't worry. So it's been around for 26 years. It's in 130 cities around the world, guys. And here in KZN, it's happening. We want youth to know about the project. That's why I'm so grateful to be here.
today. Guys, you can make a film in one weekend that will be screened in cinema. Follow 48 Durban 48-hour film project. I'm here as well to tell you more about it. Our youngest team that ever participated was grade 7s. Grade 7s, guys, from Pinetown. It was a school in Pinetown. So if you guys have drama here or creative studies, what do you call it nowadays? Creative arts. Drama, dramatic arts. Let your educator know about the project. You guys can run it with the school as part of the school, or you can do it independently. But it's everything that you need to know about making a film. It even includes the Film and Publication Board, guys. We give you forms to classify your film. So you are actually making your film. You're getting a location release form. So you're getting an artist release form. Everybody who comes on set, be it a crew here, an artist, has to sign that form. You're getting all of those documents. Music release forms. You're using local music. You have to have rights to use everything that is seen on whatever it is that you're consuming, wherever you're watching. Even if you're using your school uniform, school needs to know, and yeah, that's fine, they're using the uniform and because you're representing the school. You can't just go and use a Nike or Adidas brand placement. People often do that with social media and content creation. But in terms of if you're making a film, that's what this project teaches you. The do's and the don'ts of making a film. And I'd love for you guys to, participate, challenge each other, get together as groups. We encourage mobile filming. We have workshops before the actual project. So we go through all the paperwork that you guys are going to be needing. Because you are making your own film, you are a producer. You'll get credits for it in cinema. So the films are anything from 5 to 7 minutes long. And then we group them like 10 in one cinema slot. And so you would come and watch your film with your friends from whoever else is in cinema. And that's how you make a movie in one weekend for 48 hours. I hope that you guys would actually take this opportunity. It's also the cheapest way of making a film. Because it's an international competition, guys, there's a registration fee. Obviously, like anything in life, there's registration fee, so there's costing to it. And that registration fee is 1,500 rand, but we get that sponsored. I help schools, I help individuals. Like there's businesses that want to support youth. They will pay the registration fee, and after the registration fee is paid, you cannot pay your crew or your cast. Everybody has to come on board as a volunteer. We've had directors from actors who participated, and they were not allowed to pay anybody else who participated because everybody has to have the equal footing. Everybody has to be on the same ground. After the registration fee is paid, nobody is allowed to pay. No crew, no cast is allowed to be paid. Everybody comes on board as a volunteer. That is why I love the project. Last year, guys, Minnie Dlamini participated because the good that the project does. She was also on set with a group of matric students. It was the first time that they had never stepped into a set. So all it had was a professional, the director, DOP, a lighting, and the producer who was also the writer. And they had given the school an opportunity to come on board. So here's Minnie Dlamini and Zazi Kulele stepping onto a movie set with scholars because it is possible. Everything is possible if you want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, guess what? You'll make an excuse and you won't do it. So for those of you who do want to participate, it's called the 48 afternoon, the number 4 and the number 8, 48-hour film project. But you have to put it in Durban because it's in 140 cities around the world. It will take you there. And it's an amazing opportunity because you're getting to see your film, on the big screen. You're getting to see what other filmmakers, content creators are doing. But also, after you've done it, you can go out there and apply for funding because you've actually done a film that's been screened in cinema, and that's what a lot of the bodies look for when giving funding? What have you done? Where has it been screened? TikTok and YouTube doesn't really count so much. But this has been screened in cinema. There's also amazing prizes to be won. And there's even a school category, special school category award. So, you guys are only competing against schools. So, we've also developed an app. It's called the Global Film Fixer. Remember I said film fixers find everything from locations to extras to crews, anything that a production needs. So everybody here sitting here today could upload, and it's free to upload, anything, pictures, locations. If you want to be a crew member, if you want to be a cast, you can upload a picture and a little resume of yourself. Do you guys have a question? I see you talking. Question? No question? Okay. Well, that's cool. So, guys, do you understand what the 48-hour project is? How many of you think you want to participate? I'm glad. Thank you. One was the question about a producer as well. Guys, get together, form a team as a school. Some of you are good at writing, you would be the script writer. Some of you are good with phones already and you're making content. So you go to the technical side, you would be a part of the crew. Some of you are allowed to be in front of the camera, and that's where you would be in front of the camera. Put together something, all your colleagues, the rest of the school can come through and watch it. And there's one thing I didn't mention. Anybody knows how do you think we know that film was made that weekend? Because this film has to be made that weekend. Anybody? How do you think we know it was made that weekend? Yes? Okay. Let me just tell you. So, give you guys a character, a line of dialogue, and a prop. So a character, you guys know what a character is? It can be Mr. or Mrs. Radebe, who is a lawyer, a teacher, a priest, whatever. You'll only know that on a Friday night. We give you guys a prop. You know what a prop is? It could be anything. It could be a lipstick, a glass of milk, a bottle of water. It could be a cell phone. But you only know that on that Friday night. We also give you guys one line. The line could be anything from, why did you do that? Did you really say that? Or maybe next time. And that line has to be included in the film. And that's how we know that it was made that weekend for the 48 hours of project. Otherwise we wouldn't know. People can make content, old content, and just submit it to us, which is, then they get disqualified. It has to be made that weekend. It has to have these 3 elements, which you only get on that Friday night. We also give you guys 2 genres. Could be horror, could be sci-fi, could be comedy, could be a romance. We only get those on the Friday night. And that's how we know that that movie was made that weekend. So, pretty cool, right? Then we have screenings in cinema, and then it's followed by awards. And whoever wins here represents us in KZN internationally. And they compete against all the winning films from the 130 cities around the world. And then the top 10 films go to Cannes Film Festival. Cannes in France, like the big Cannes Film Festival. So it's an amazing opportunity to get identified, to put yourself out there. It's also the cheapest way of making it. So there are opportunities like that, there are platforms like that. I urge you guys to come and experience it if this is something that you want to pursue. Is there any questions? I'll be here afterwards, but if anybody wants to have a chat or anything. So thank you so much. And also Global Film Fixer, guys, for your home, beautiful homes. Rural homes, we look for tuck shops, we look for spaza shops, we look for farms, we look for normal homes, any homes to be loaded on. Because everything that you watch on television is their location. And yes, you get paid when production comes to film at your home or in your space. So obviously you have to speak to your parents, and also because you guys are minors as well, you just have to get a sign off from parents or from an educator who's in charge of the project. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm already looking at faces who I know producer can earn basically whatever a budget of the film is, it would be a percentage of that, 10 to 15% of it, the budget of it, but then also in sales when it goes out there onto streaming platforms or into, if it's going to cinema during a cinema circuit. All of that is discussed at the beginning of a project in terms of what the producer's fee be. There's obviously a standard fee, but I mean sometimes producers produce work for the love of it, to get their work out there, but also to create their showreel. As youngsters starting out in the industry, a lot of the time we volunteer because I mean like with this project, if you come on board and making your movie, you already get the credit of the producer. It's actually the team leader, but you'll be the producer. You'll be in charge of all the paperwork, making sure that the film gets completed and uploaded onto our site. It's all online. But if you do that process, you are the producer. So I know I'm not really answering your question, but it's a standard fee, a percentage of what the budget is. Because sometimes there's films that have no budget, zero budget films. And a lot of people are shooting zero budget films. And if you ask yourself, okay, why would somebody shoot a zero budget film? It's because there's YouTube, which is a distribution platform, and people, youngsters, are making content that goes on YouTube, and then obviously earnings that come through or brand placements from there. A producer is entitled to a percentage of it. But that is also why it's so important to have these conversations beforehand with whoever it is that you're shooting and producing with, or whoever you are directing or whatever. Have these conversations. As contracts are so important. That is why with this project you're getting all of these contracts, so you're already aware of what needs to be done, how it's done. You have the know-how. You know, and that's really it's such an amazing time where everything is online. You can teach yourself anything. Our previous workshops are all online on the Delta 48-hour Film Project YouTube page. 2-hour workshops and so forth about scripting, about editing, about everything, about people work, all the people work involved. So do check it out as well. There was another question here. Yes.
So I have to ask a question. Can you do a 3-day film?
So remember it's 48 hours. Are we talking about 48 hours? Or are you just talking in general?
In general, the 3-day film.
You can absolutely do a 3-day film. Remember, but then it'll probably be a short film or it'll be a documentary, depending on the script now. But we shoot for 12 hours. Guys, standard times. Everybody thinks that the industry is glitz and glamour. There's no glitz, there's no glamour. There's hard work, there's struggle, and it's real. And it's 12 hours a day. And if you're a location scout or a fixer, you're there an hour before and you're there an hour after. So my days are 14 hours. And if you're a producer, you're on set, you know, for that amount of time. You can definitely make a 3-day film, it all depends on the script. So generally, in the professional or normal working world, scripts basically, if it's 10 pages, it's 10 minutes. You know, so, and that's, you know, generally depending on the crew, depending on production, depending on the locations, if you have to change locations. You know, you should be anything from 3 to 5 pages maybe a day, depending on the budget of the film, what film it is. But I mean, remember, some films, feature films, sometimes take 3 months to film. And then the editing process takes another 6 or 8 months. By the time you watch it, it's already a year or 2 years.
Your friend who I know who loves like this country, they know about it. So what websites or games like so that they can use it?
Thank you for that question. So number 4, the number 848, our filmproject.com/Durban. So even if you just Google Durban 48 Hours Film Project, it will pop up there, Durban 48 Hours Film Project. But it's 48hoursfilmproject.com/Durban. My company website is very simple, vnsa.co.za or Visual Network SA. And the Global Film Picture app is already live where you guys, everybody wants to be an extra. Guys, also another thing, please be ready. If there's a casting brief or if there's anything out there looking for extras, looking for extras for, when you're going for an audition. Know what to look out for, especially the young girls out here. And also if a casting agency is asking you to pay to be a part of their agency or for a job or anything, no guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Always make sure you know what is. Don't fall for things, for scams. There's a lot of those out there. Don't fall for those out there. There are registered and accredited agencies that you guys can join to be an extra, to be an actor, and those are something obviously. There are agencies that will say, do my course first and then you automatically get, but obviously you pay for the course. So I mean, some of those things are obviously there to be, paying mind, but do your homework, guys. Research, who is this person, who owns this agency, how long have they been around for? Go and do your research. Always be educated, one step ahead. That's why guys is AI now. You can even put it into AI. They will all work for you. Thank you so much, everybody. Delvin 48 Hours on Project. Remember, I'd love to see you guys participating as a school. If the creative arts teacher or somebody is here, or I can also make contact with them, please do let me know. And also guys, for your homes or your parents, whatever it is, get them loaded onto the Global Fixer app. We'd love to showcase what there is in KZN. KZN is not limited only to Etek Radio, wherever we are, or Central or CBD. We want locations so we can show clients, we can show producers, we can show agencies what there is here. So thank you and all the best.
Yes, well, what is a producer? No, but not just a command, so I'm going to ask you. Guys, you see, in the time, is worrying me. But I would really like to extend my sincere appreciation to our Makine, the engaged with us. Unosipho mentioned that I would say, if feature umuntu engadimana within a blink of an eye, in and there's no political line. I know to have your post this day bedtime in a pair. You are creating some footprint. You guys don't listen. And Fulani was an and we respect guys will take you far beyond this age. Okay? Says one and it's irrespective the good education. Any towns into a masturbation emphasis. Unfortunately, never lose ones will feel about it. For some people, it's just basic, like irrespect. So, Pandey will see me because some of the opinion is it dealing exactly. Nina, who is January, January, who be treatment, and you are already in the name of Unyana, already. But I'm sure I didn't apply. Come January, Nina Paya ever city, no show first come first serve. Nizoni yakhala nempela ngifunda selimi sabona minutes kodwa ngiyamathuba kanje ayifikelayo mina nileka opportunities ezirepresent abaningi sifike suke la esisuka khona siziningi ngesikhathi sethu that's our time is very precious sinasuka lena sizilana lezosibhelela simkhuza angikwazi kazi ukukhuza umuntu ola grade 12 or 50 in 20 minutes. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, okay? And I'm going to show you guys in that it starts with respect. ukuze nje uzufike encwadi zakho uyophatha ukwazi ukufunda uba start with respect. Respected. Angikwazi ngayo ukuthi ngingaka ngimdalanga ngimzala wena ngiyazala phela. Andisho ikhona ngiyahlonipha. Ayizeke. Kwazi. Ngiyabonga kakhulu besacela ukuthi besacela ume mkhalazi ithuba ezosenzela ama-closing remarks. Abantu isikole zivala sisiphuma 2:30, right? Akashaye ngisho 1:30, kodwa niyamisbehave phezulu isikhathifunda lezi isikhathifunda kodwa bevele nithule nalaleli ingqondo zenu zisafresh kazi anibukanga njengathi.
Grateful for this opportunity. Yeah, somebody was saying that there's a few seasons of a season fruit. That will come in the morning to eat. Yeah, it's a season of a soup. Guys, if I like the respect to Joe Bakishi. Now, I'm going to show me Papa Lam. We are going to announce our super plan get the job. And I'm going to take and yes, that it says one. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you all for coming and giving us this opportunity. We really are grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Asante Jimukanda. Thank you.
Misbehave asekungcono shuthi lobuso lobushi kodwa nani ngisaba sengiyakhuluma ngengiyakho besengicela ngimkhomba kanje so phela sibuye futhi so phela simkhomba next time ngiyamthatha ukuthi ngicela abashite ezulu ngiyasabonga kakhulu ngibafethu ukuthi nibe nathi till this far kodwa kakhulu uzocela ukubonga nje ama-stakeholders wethu from KCAP, DUT, Durban Film Office, Creative Arts, FPB, what did I say? There you can say, after the 48-hour, for this very insightful information. Nani, I hope, because guys, I'm pretty sure next year, and then I know there is medicine, and I know there is a no. So yes, was it legacy there? Go to plan. Yes, ngiyomtshela yena bese lifika ukuthi ke nangingizile ngiyozwa ngani selokudinga bese sasizose sinyamaza ngangikhulume ekhuluma la ngamlaleli selokufuna manje le security ngibona umuntu bese funa azi ukuthi uyamazi senifuna security ikhala lapha senifuna ukukhulunyela ngiyathi ngiyanambona njena la yakwazi ukunkulunkulu ngakho isibalekile ukuthi sihloniphe ngoba sothibane